So after the court stated that no states had the authority to remove presidential candidates from the ballot, Alabama is going to remove Joe Biden from the ballot. This is pretty wild. When it benefits right-wingers, they're all about what the Supreme Court says. When they can use state laws against Democrats, they will support states' rights, which is freaking hilarious because when Colorado and several other states wanted to use their states' rights to keep Trump off the ballot, right-wingers freaked out. But now that it's trying to prevent Joe Biden from being on a state ballot, right-wingers have no issue whatsoever. Here we have the Secretary of the Alabama State saying that they're going to keep Joe Biden off the ballot because supposedly uh, the Democratic National Convention won't be certifying their candidate until a couple weeks after the supposed due date.
Start off explaining the reasoning behind your letter yesterday to the Alabama Democrats and the Democratic National Convention.
Well, I was sworn to uphold the law. Back in January of 2023, I raised my right hand to uphold the laws of this state of Alabama, and our Constitution, and I take that very seriously. We're coming up on a big election. We're dotting our I's and crossing our T's and talking about what's coming up in November for the big general election. And it came to our
Well, according to the Supreme Court, states' constitutions mean nothing when it comes to the election. Uh, they stated Colorado and other states don't have the authority to keep Trump off the ballot. So this also means that Alabama doesn't have the authority to keep Biden off the ballot.
attention that the DNC does not take place until after the statutory deadline of August the 15th. And so we wanted to send a letter to the DNC and to the state Democratic Party to let them know that per Alabama law, we've got to have that certification in place by August the 15th.
Where's that August 15th deadline come from?
It comes from 1714-31 that states it's 82 days out of the general election. And we're going to adhere to that. And we just wanted to give them a heads up on it.
So can Colorado also adhere to their constitution, which allows them to remove people from the ballot if committed or aided or supported an insurrection?
Yes, sir. And the Alabama Democrats, they released a statement talking about a provisional certification. What is that?
Well, I don't know where this provisional certification is coming from. There may be some cases in other states and we're getting lumped in with that, but we have no provisional certification clause or exception in Alabama law.
Are there any exceptions in Alabama law to the 82-day rule?
No.
So what happened in 2020 with Donald Trump?
So 2020, the legislature, right across the street over here, we passed an extension to the deadline for both parties. Both parties. It wasn't just for the RNC, it was for both parties. And extended.
Wow, so when they extended Trump's ability to be nominated because it was Trump and they wanted to support the right wing, but now that it's Biden, they won't do it again. Like, there's a reason why.
Ended that deadline and they came in under the statutory deadline. It was a one-time change only for 2020 and it doesn't extend to 2024. It reverted back to the law, to where we're at now.
So if
Yeah, that's funny how they only temporarily did it so that Trump could be on the Alabama ballot in 2020, but they won't do another extension because they want to prevent Joe Biden from being on the ballot. I'm not in favor of Joe Biden. This is just hilarious how this dude is trying to twist the Alabama Constitution in order to try to remove competition so that Trump wins Alabama.
if we wanted to see that again, lawmakers would have to make that decision during this legislative session.
either they got to address it that way, or the DNC's got to find a way to get us the certification by the August 15th deadline.
Now I want to go back to a provision
Okay.
that was in the one that you cited.
Okay.
So along with the National Convention's certificate of nomination, the provision also mentions a written petition signed by at least 5,000 qualified voters in Alabama could be a means to get someone on the ballot. Am I understanding that correctly? Is that an alternative in this situation?
Yeah, we're going to adhere to what the law says. That's 1714 31B. And again, I was sworn to uphold the laws of our state and our Constitution. That's what I aim to do.
Why make such a big deal about this right now? You know, considering that there are other alternatives that Alabama has applied in the past.
Well, again, my job is to make sure these elections in this state run smoothly, are open, transparent, accountable, fair, secure, working with all of our partners, probate judges, circuit clerks throughout the state to make sure we have strong elections, election integrity, and that's what we're doing. Our top priority is election integrity in our office. And
Okay, so you care about election integrity, but you don't care about the fact that Trump tried to interfere with the and try to overthrow the government, try to uh, change the election so that he won and made himself a dictator. But the biggest problem is, the DNC not certifying a candidate in a timely manner, according to you. That is pretty hilarious.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna adhere to our laws, and that's in the state of Alabama.
So if it comes down to it, if that other alternative of the 5,000 signature petition is done, or state lawmakers make an exception, or the DNC moves their conference, will that be as broadcasted as, this particular letter was broadcasted?
Ask that again.
So will it get the same, will you be releasing a statement saying, okay, they've changed their date, now all of their people will be able to be on the ballot? Will have the same treatment, I guess?
Sure. Listen, as long as both parties get in their certifications on time by the deadline, they're going to be on the ballot. As long as they adhere to Alabama state law, we're going to put them on the ballot.
Yeah.
Start off.
Oops, my bad on that. Yeah, the Alabama state law only matters when it means preventing a Democrat from being on a ballot. It doesn't matter when it means giving a Republican extra time to certify themselves. Again, he said that they gave an extension to Trump in 2020 so that he could be certified on the ballot, but they won't do it again, give an extension so that Democrats can certify Joe Biden on the ballot.